Welcome to Newswatch. Tonight we are talking about the California fires and what President Donald Trump has to say about it.
As well as info about the way Ames is celebrating the sequel to the Fantastic Beast movie coming out.
Cyclone football, basketball, cross country, I got it all with sports.
It's been a cold couple of days. I got a warm up on the way for you. I'll talk about it coming up. You're watching Newswatch. Newswatch starts right now.
Welcome to our final Tuesday A edition of Newswatch. I'm Ryan Hinrichs.
And I'm Hollie Schlesselman. Thank you for joining us. The fashion show is back and is looking for models to cast. While the show is until April 13th, organizers are encouraging all students to attend their casting auditions. Auditions are tonight and tomorrow from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. in room 2069 in LeBaron Hall. Individual tryouts last between 15 and 30 minutes. And for more information, you can contact Grace Rawson by email at gmrosson@iastate.edu.
Harry Potter fans who are 21 and older are invited to a costume party to benefit the Ames Public Library Friends Foundation. On Thursday, from 7 p.m. to close, the London Underground is hosting the event with the portion of the drink sales donated to the APLFF. There will be a costume contest, and the winner will be announced at 10 p.m. The idea for the Harry Potter fundraiser started with the popularity of the Pub Fiction Bar Crawl, an annual downtown event where adults dressed as their favorite characters from literature. Partygoers will become members of one of the four houses that exist in Rowling's novels, Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, or Ravenclaw, and there will be a sorting hat, which will determine which house people are in. Participants will have a chance to enter their house, earn points, and win prizes while helping the local public library.
Acting Attorney General Matthew Whitaker will visit Des Moines on Wednesday to speak at the Rural and Tribal Elder Justice Summit. According to the Des Moines Register, Whitaker will be speaking at 9:15 a.m. in the Marriott Hotel. The summit is intended to identify the challenges that rural and tribal communities face in combating elder abuse. It hopes to provide tools and resources to help law enforcement and local, state, and federal government address the problem.
Authorities say a 69-year-old woman and her two sons were flown to a Nebraska hospital for treatment after a fight broke out at their home in western Iowa. Police officers were sent to the Red Oak home around 5:15 p.m. Sunday. Assistant Police Chief Derek Walker says the Viola Reinhardt's younger son, Luke Reinhardt, intervened when she and her elder son, Kane Reinhardt, got into an argument. Walker says Kane grabbed a kitchen knife and attacked his mother and his brother, so she armed herself with a hammer while her younger son, Luke, also got a knife. Each of them suffered several wounds and were flown to Nebraska Medical Center in Omaha. Police say Kane Reinhardt is being charged with 2 counts of attempted murder. Online court records do not currently list the name of an attorney who could comment for him. Welcome back to Newswatch. Thank you for joining us. On Friday, Trump blamed California's forest management for the fires currently burning there, claiming the state's services are lacking and threatened to withhold federal money. California's largest firefighter organization said Donald Trump is dangerously wrong, and the International Association of Firefighters, a labor union, also criticized Trump, calling his remarks, quote, irresponsible, reckless, and insulting, end quote. Since Thursday, hundreds of thousands of residents have fled multiple fires spreading throughout northern and southern California. The fast-moving fires have engulfed an entire town and killed at least 11 people.
CNN is suing President Donald Trump and other top administration officials in hopes to restore White House correspondent Jim Acosta's press pass. Acosta's pass was revoked after a heated exchange between him and the president during a press conference last week. CNN admits that the suit is specific to Acosta and CNN. However, they claim that this could have happened to any news outlet. CNN argued in the complaint that the president and White House staff have violated Acosta's First and Fifth Amendment rights and is seeking a declaration that taking away Acosta's credentials was unconstitutional.
Stan Lee, the creative dynamo who revolutionized the comic book and helped make billions for Hollywood by introducing human frailties in superheroes such as Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, and the Incredible Hulk, died Monday. He was 95. Lee was declared dead at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles, according to Kirk Schneck, an attorney for Lee's daughter, J.C. Lee. As the top writer at Marvel Comic and later as its publisher, Lee was widely considered the architect of the contemporary comic book. He revived the industry in the 1960s by offering the costumes and action craved by younger readers while insisting on sophisticated plots, college-level dialogue, satire, science fiction, and even philosophy. Millions responded to the unlikely mix of realistic fantasy, and many of his characters, including Spider-Man, the Hulk, and X-Men, went on to become stars of wildly successful blockbuster films. Recent projects he helped make possible range from the films Black Panther and Doctor Strange to such TV series as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The creative genius will be dearly missed. Excelsior.
26-year-old security guard Jamel Robertson was shot and killed by a police officer after subduing the actual assailants in a shooting. The shooting took place in Midlothian, which is located near Chicago. According to witnesses, Robertson had pinned the assailant to the ground using his knee and was pointing his gun at the subject when another police officer approached the situation and mistook Robertson as the assailant. Witnesses also say that Robertson was wearing his uniform when he was killed. Robertson's family filed a lawsuit against the Midlothian Police Department and the officer that shot him, seeking damages of $1 million. The officer has also been placed on administrative leave. Stay tuned. After the break, we'll have our very own Jacob Voss with our weather report.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jacob Voss. It's been a cold couple of days. We are sitting at 20 degrees right now here in Ames. The winds are lighter tonight as we go throughout the night. Those are going to be out of the south-southwest, and that's going to warm us up as we go into tomorrow. But first, here are those chilly temperatures tonight. 20 degrees in Ames, 17 up in Mason City, sticking with the 20s out in western Iowa as well. It's been a chilly day. It's been a chilly couple of days here for us. Here's your wind chill map right now. Feeling like 7 degrees up in Mason City, 19 in Fort Dodge, and 20 here in Ames because we have those calmer winds, not making it feel quite as cold as we go through the evening hours tonight. Here are those wind speeds for you, sitting at about 5 miles an hour here in Ames, 6 mile an hour up in Mason City, and calm up in Decorah. So we do have lighter winds today. That's going to be a trend as we go through the next couple of days. Here's kind of your upper atmosphere map. This is what's going to be showing this cold air slowly moving on out, and what that's going to do is warm up our temperatures for the next couple of days. But we got to get through tonight first. 19 degrees for the low tonight. Clear and cold. It's going to be a nice sunrise tomorrow morning. Warmer as we go into the afternoon. 42 degrees for the high, sunny skies. South winds 5 to 15 miles an hour. It will feel more comfortable out there for you as you head into class tomorrow. The next couple of days are looking better. 46 on Thursday, 45 there on Friday. More clouds pick up throughout the day on Friday. We could see a couple snow showers overnight, Friday night into Saturday morning. That's going to lead us into a lot colder weather, 29 degrees on Saturday, and then slowly warming things up as we head into your Thanksgiving week. That's all we got for weather. Zach's back with sports in just a couple minutes.
Welcome back to Newswatch. I'm Zach Williamson with your sports report. The Iowa State football team picked up their 5th straight win last weekend, defeating the Baylor Bears 28-14. Cyclones were led by freshman phenom Brock Purdy, who completed 18 of 23 passes for 230 yards and a touchdown. However, the Cyclone win didn't come without controversy. In the third quarter of the game, both Baylor's Greg Roberts and Iowa State's David Montgomery were ejected for throwing punches. This means that Iowa State will be without the services of star running back Montgomery for the first half of their crucial game against the Texas Longhorns this Saturday. The latest college football playoff rankings have the Cyclones at number 16, making for a top matchup when they play the 15th ranked Texas Longhorns this weekend. I was able to make it over to the Bergstrom Football Complex to talk with the team. much more meaningful than their matchup this Saturday with 13th-ranked Texas. And with Big 12 championship hopes on the line, the Cyclones
last time I
look ready
checked,
to go for the Longhorns.
64-64.
Texas, it's a big game. I mean, it feels like my biggest game. I feel like, I've been wanting this game to come, as soon as it started. I saw the schedule this year. So going into this week, we're just focusing on, the crucial details that we need to focus on, playing our defense that we're normally used to and attacking this week, starting from today.
They're fast and physical, they're really good defense, really across the board, so we're going to have to bring our A game. I assume it's going to be a pretty, hostile environment. So, they're a good defense, they're a good team, and, I think both teams have something on the line.
I think we've been just as confident walking into every game, and I don't think that's going to change just because of the team we're playing.
The Cyclones are winners of 5 straight games and have wrapped up bowl eligibility for the 2nd straight season. But to continue breaking milestones, the Cyclones need to stop a very talented Longhorns team, led by sophomore quarterback Sam Ehlinger. Ehlinger has not only thrown for almost 2,500 yards and 20 touchdowns, he's also been a big factor in their run game, totaling 343 yards and 9 touchdowns on the ground.
You see from him is he's owning the offense. He knows where to go with the football. It's really hard to disguise things and trick him because he's owning the offense. He's got a lot of experience. He's played in a lot of meaningful games. He's also got the athleticism that when things break down, he can make things happen. And he's got some great targets on the outside.
The Cyclones defeated Baylor last weekend 28-14, and Brock Purdy was excellent once again, completing 18 of his 23 passes for 230 yards and a touchdown. Purdy also finished with 56 yards rushing and a touchdown. And Johnny Lang joined him in the end zone with a rushing touchdown himself. The Cyclones will need Purdy and the running backs to step up this week, similarly to the Oklahoma State game with David Montgomery's first half suspension.
I've said this multiple times, those 4 running backs, those are guys that are really talented. And when guys have had great games, guys have gotten better this season for us and really stepped up in the moment when they've been asked to. So I'm excited for them. I think it's just another great opportunity for those guys to showcase, that entire room.
We have a deep running back room, so they did a good job when Dave was banged up for Oklahoma State game. Those guys came in, they performed well, and I don't think anybody's too worried about it.
The big game will kick off at 7 p.m. in Austin, Texas on the Longhorn Network as the Cyclones go for their 4th straight win against top 25 opponents on the road. For Cyclones.tv, I'm Zach Williamson, and as always, go Cyclones.
Again, the Iowa State-Texas game will kick off in Austin at 7 p.m. You can catch that one on the Longhorn Network. No Lindell Wigginton, no Cameron Lard or Zoran Talley, no Solomon Young, and no problem. The Iowa State men's basketball team continued their hot start to the season following a 17-point victory over Missouri by defeating Texas Southern 85-73 last night. Iowa State is now 3-0, and the Cyclones shot 48% from the field inside the friendly confines of Hilton Coliseum. Senior Mariel Shayok and freshman Taylon Horton-Tucker led all scorers with 26 points each, including 5 three-pointers from Horton-Tucker in the first half. The Cyclones will now vacation to Hawaii to compete in the Maui Invitational. They'll open the tournament against Arizona on Monday at 8 p.m. The 6th-ranked Iowa State men's and 15th-ranked women's cross-country teams continued their dominance Friday. Just a week after both teams took first place in the Big 12 championships, they followed it up with another sweep at the Midwest Regionals to qualify for the NCAA tournament. Edwin Kiergott and Kaylee Logue both finished first individually in their races as well for the 2nd straight weekend. Both teams will be back on the trail Saturday at noon, looking to cap off a fantastic season. The Cyclone women are also opening their season on the right foot as they defeated the Northern Illinois Huskies on Saturday to become 4-0 and advance in the preseason WNIT tournament. The Cyclones were led by Bridget Carlton, who played all 40 minutes, recording a double-double of 21 points and 13 rebounds. Iowa State is currently facing the Auburn Tigers in those semifinals of the tournament right now. The score, 64-64 with 13 seconds left on the clock. Tune into that one on Cyclones TV to catch the end of a fantastic basketball game. Stay tuned after the break. We'll have stories on a disappearing tumor and Iowa State email chain that got a little out of control. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Newswatch.
Doctors are puzzled over how a man's suspected malignant tumor suddenly disappeared without surgery. Paul Wood from Lodi, California, first approached his doctor several months ago because he was having headaches and experiencing trouble walking unassisted. After he was sent to a neurosurgeon at UC San Francisco, doctors suspected that Wood was suffering from a brain bleed, but then found their scans revealed signs of a brain tumor. Wood, who attends a local church, was flooded with messages of support and prayers from his fellow churchgoers and local acquaintances. Then, the day before his surgery, doctors were stunned to find that the suspected tumor had vanished. The surgery canceled. Wood simply says that, quote, "It's a miracle and that's the way God planned it," end quote. Whether or not his recovery is thanks to divine intervention, Wood hopes that his story will inspire hope in patients suffering from similar diagnoses.
President of the Higher Learning Commission, Barbara Gelman Danley, will never forget the blind carbon copy option when sending out a mass email again. The email, which was asking students to measure student success in a survey, had around 100 replies in about 4 hours. As seen on the screen right now is just a little screen capture that I did of all the messages. It was sent to over 36,000 people, all enrolled at Iowa State University. While most replies were memes, one student commented the entire script of B-movie. Others took the chance to let everyone know about Dance Marathon or to ask for pictures of dogs. Luckily, these emails have seemed to have stopped for now. It's kind of a weird thing, right? You wouldn't expect an email to get so out of control like that.
Yeah, I'm kind of guilty. I posted a picture of my dog because why not, right?
Which dog was yours?
Mine was the husky-looking one, a Norwegian elk hound, Esco.
I had to mute it after a while. It was getting a little out of control.
I don't get the respond all. It says reply, reply all, reply, don't reply all. That's what starts all of this, and now it's a big chain. But what do you do?
People were just wanting to make jokes, and honestly, for having kind of a lousy Monday with Stan Lee passing away and all that stuff, it was kind of a little humor to end the day.
Also, a quick update for any of you fans on the edge of your seats. The Cyclones women team did hang on to win against Auburn 66-64. A great game by Ashley Jones, a freshman, at 5 threes. So
heck yeah, go Cyclones.
It's a good time to be a Cyclone. Both basketball teams rolling. The football team staying hot. So a lot of fun stuff going on here in Ames.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, well, I guess that's all we have for our last Tuesday A episode of Newswatch. It was great working with you all. Stay tuned for Thursday for more news, weather, and sports.
And be sure to look us up on social media. You can find us under GSTV on all platforms.
And thanks for tuning in. Stay safe, stay warm, and have a great night, Ames.